Also, you speak another language in this.
Yes. High Valerian.
Yeah, High Valerian is the name of.
Yes,
yeah.
is the language. Yeah. Which I mean, let me. Nu hosodeman kesi nu hostemivos mazilariot sinulus.
Now that's
play
that backwards. It says Paul is dead.
Yeah.
Like,
it says Jimmy, you've got glorious eyes.
Yeah. Can you teach me to say that?
Yeah. Nuhosodeman.
Nuhosodeman.
Whoa, yeah, it's good, bro. That's a good start.
Really? I've never done that.
Yeah. Kesi nuhos.
Kesi nuhos.
Demivos.
Demivos.
Mazilarios.
Mazilarios.
Sinulus.
Sinulus.
Yeah.
No, you can't say that. I can say that.
Yeah, I can say that. And actually, it means.
No, wait. What did I just say?
It means it means one day this chair will be mine. Although I butcher your job, in truth, I couldn't do it.
You can do it.
I don't know.
You can do anything you want. You have your own dragon. What are we talking about? Come on, bud.
True enough.
Back. Thank you for doing our show. I always appreciate it. I was looking through some things, doing some background on this interview, and I saw that you were once an aspiring DJ. And
yeah. Actually, I was.
Are you proud that do you want to talk about that?
That's some pretty nifty research.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm happy to. I mean, I was aspiring, but it was short-lived, but memorable, actually, for everyone that was there.
Did you have a DJ name?
Sadly not, but I did have a DJ night called Dreams, and I used to put it on at the cricket club. It all sort of started, basically, I was head boy at school, which meant that I had access to the sort of, to the fund, basically. And so the headmaster goes, well, you can make a yearbook or you can spend it on a party. I was like, I'm spending it on a party, mate.
Yeah.
Straight
Dreams.
Up. Yeah, and then it was a bit of shameless self-promotion where I would DJ at the party.
I remember being just schooled years ago thinking DJ was easy. Just to be just
and
playing songs.
On, like, actual proper decks, you know, vinyl, old school, man.
No, I can't do that. No.
Yeah.
But then as I was diving into your DJ career, I saw that also...
My stellar DJ career.
Yeah.
House and trance.
I should have said that, yeah. I should have said stellar DJ career, yeah. But I also saw that you memorized your lines when you were acting years ago by rapping them.
Yeah, when I was doing Doctor Who, you know, because the lines are so mad, and it's like you're talking about things like perception filters and like all these mad things, and you have to learn it really quickly. And I learned things rhythmically, so I would just rap them. But I was a huge rap fan anyway. I loved Biggie, Nas, Pac, all those guys.
Really? And
yeah.
Is it something you still do for your lines?
Sometimes, yeah. I'm on a job now called The Death of Buddy Monroe, and he's a great orator. He speaks a lot as well, and I have to learn things very quickly, yeah, so I sort of rap them. And then that actually fueled a real love of poetry, which sounds a bit wanky, but it's true. I love it.
Wait, so now poetry.
I love it. I love poetry.
Well, I want to learn more and more. Who are we talking about?
Poets?
Yeah.
Well, my favourite poet is a guy called Ted Hughes. But, you know, I just sort of... In COVID, I just spent loads of time learning, you know, poetry. When I am sad and weary, when I think all hope is gone, when I walk along High Holborn, I think of you with nothing on. There's one for you.
I appreciate that, thank you. Yeah, that's sweet.
It's a short one.
I appreciate
not a particularly good one. I do, Jimmy.
Well, let's do some poetry next time you come back.
Mate, it'd be my pleasure.
I want to talk about House of the Dragon.
Yes.
Season 1 was a giant hit, nominated for 8 Emmy Awards. It was the largest audience of original series in the history of HBO. Congratulations. It was a big hit.
Thank you very much.
And I'm ready for season 2.
Thank you.
I need a show. It's been a year and a half. I need a show. This is going to be my new show.
I mean, what have you been doing for a year and a half? Working?
Waiting for this moment. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
The internet, obviously, everyone loves you, but the internet kind of jumped on it and said, Daemon Targaryen is somehow the internet's boyfriend.
I don't know. Is that really true?
Yeah.
Like, haven't you just mocked that up?
No, this is a real thing. Yeah, This is a real thing. Do you feel that way? Do you feel that?
Do I feel like the internet's boyfriend?
Yes.
Yes, I do actually.
You do, right?
Yeah, every day
I
I
can
wake
tell.
up and I think, thank God I'm the internet's boyfriend.
Yeah,
No,
you're dating the internet.
yeah. You know, in my spare time.
But they do love you, and they love to talk about spoilers and all this. Yeah.
Everyone loves a spoiler, right?
But you're good at, you don't give it out.
I don't give it up, man. You know, that's why they pay you, isn't it? To keep it a secret.
Yeah.
I just swerve it. I just dodge it. You know?
Yeah, you don't. But you're good at it.
Yeah, I'm good at it. You know, I mean, they might ask me, you know how it is, Jimmy. Like, you know, kind of people come up to you and go, oh,
Maybe
you,
this.
Matt Smith, you that guy who plays Daemon Targaryen. I'm like, no.
Oh wait, you don't even. Wow,
I just
you don't even.
blatantly lie to their face and say, no.
Wow.
They're like, yeah, you are. I'm like,
That's
no,
a really
no, I'm
interesting
not.
way to go.
It's a
You
really,
say like, no, I'm not even in that show.
yeah, and then I give it up. Yeah, literally.
It's brilliant. That's
It
actually
is brilliant.
It's levels.
And what can people say? They're like, yeah, you are. And I go, nah, I'm not. Yeah, you are. No, I'm not, mate, honestly. And then I give it up because I'm, you know.
My brain's
soft
scrambled
about it.
right now, though. I love it. But I found a photo of you and George R.R. Martin.
Oh, yeah. When?
But this is, check this out.
Oh,
This
that's
is-
old school.
This is 2011. This is before you were even considered.
Yeah, it's like looking at a different human being.
No, you look exactly the same.
I wish.
What was he like?
Lovely, affable, very charming. I met him on a boat, actually, as you do, at
As one
Comic-Con.
does, at
Yeah,
Comic-Con.
and he was like, oh, you're Doctor Who? And I was like, you're George R.R. Martin. And actually, funnily enough, I then went on to do a panel with one Kit Harington, and it was for Entertainment Weekly, and it was about young, aspiring new actors, and he was in a very small show called Game of Thrones, and I was in Doctor Who.
Yes.
It's funny how the world works, isn't it?
Wow, and we love Kit Harington too.
Lovely, yeah, lovely guy.
There's a big internet thing. Maybe you can settle this too. People say
Go on.
Jon Snow versus Daemon Targaryen. They'll never see each other, but who would win in a fight?
Wow, come on, man, Jimmy. Who would win in a fight between Jon Snow and Dale? Mate, I've got a dragon. I've got a dragon. Listen, I have a lot of respect. I have a lot of respect for Jon Snow.
Jon Snow.
And wait, Jon Snow's a bad boy, don't get me wrong. Kit Harington, lovely man, lovely guy, I have a lot of respect, but don't get it twisted. I would those brothers up. I've got a dragon.
You have a dragon.
Yeah.
What can we say is happening if we want to set up for everyone, if you want to hop in season 2 and what's happening in the House of the Dragon?
Well, there are a lot of rifts within the family, as you'd expect, and I think grief. There's a lot of grief kind of flying around, basically, Jimmy, and I think that makes people act strange, and so people are acting and reacting. You know, in a very Targaryen way. There's a lot of blood, a lot of danger, a lot of madness. Just, you know, a load of maniacs in blonde wigs. Basically.
Yeah, I mean, you are an insane.
Yeah.
Your character's an insane character.
Absolutely, climbing the walls.
Yeah. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Matt Smith in House of the Dragon. Take a look at this.
Was it honor that made you stand by and watch as the Hightowers usurped the throne? You and your traitorous twin?
No, my prince. I'm shamed by it. It's why I abandoned the King's Guard and my brother and came here.
I don't care. Aegon was in your grasp. You should have killed him yourself.
I reckon our names of the King's Guard are just 8 and 10. And we swore the same oath to defend the whole of the royal family. So what were we to do when they turned against one another?
Yes! It's gonna crush. Thank you so much for coming. Matt Smith, everybody!
The Empire State Building is nothing but a distraction.
The Tonight Show will never expect this from guests inside their own house.
Hey guys, what are you doing?
What's up?
Hey,
Amy.
we were just reminiscing, weren't we, about the
Preparing
good old-
for the show. The good old time.
Anyways, it's great to have you guys on the show.
Oh yes, it's going to be fire.
Congratulations on all the success of House of the Dragon. You and this has been a breakout season for you. Have you been getting recognized more and more now?
Yeah, people look at me like they want to run away.
They're afraid of you.
Yeah, I was literally coming on I went to various airports today to get here.
Thank you
And,
for coming here, by the way.
Thank you so much for having me. It's an opportunity of a lifetime. But I was walking through one end of Paris airport to the other, and people would move out the way for me. I was in awe of how much.
No, I think it's the star power. Fabian, you were telling me this story. Can you tell everyone? You have an airport story, but
Oh, wow, yeah, I have.
No one's afraid of you, but it was more of a fan story.
No, well, it was before the show came out. The first time I ever flew from Los Angeles back to London, I was sat in seat 1B.
It's a big deal.
And seat 1A, Danny DeVito walked in, and
It's the best.
he's the best. And I was very nervous that he was there, and so
And people were coming up to him and...
everyone was kind of queuing, waiting to meet him, and he got into the pajamas. They were at the extra large. They were very long. He's not like, and he had a beanie. He put his beanie down to here, and I went over. I was like, "Oh, Mr. DeVito, you know, he's such a huge fan. Very overwhelming to meet you."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, nice to meet you too." And then that was that. And then about 20 minutes later, he kind of peered around the thing, and he was like, "What are you going back to London?" I was like, "Well, I'm auditioning to play Elvis Presley in this Elvis movie they're making. I look nothing like him." And and so
Yeah, different direction.
very different, very different. Not right for Elvis. And I didn't get it. And so and then he kind of nodded for a bit, and then about another 10 minutes went by, and he poked his head. Yeah, I felt like I was dreaming. It's
my favorite.
He poked his head over the top of the thing, and he said, "I said a one for the money." And then
It's the best. It's the best story. I said a one for the money.
And then I felt like I was in a mirage. I felt like I'd taken so many sleeping pills. I was like, maybe this isn't real. Like, life can't be real.
And what did you say back to him?
So then I kind of waited a second. I was like, well, there's only one thing. I said a 2 for the show.
Dude, did you end up singing with Danny DeVito?
We drank gin and tonics the whole flight. And
It's my favorite story.
And then he gave me his number at the end of the film. He said, you know, anytime you're in LA, and his character in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is called Martini.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And he saved his number on my phone as A. Martini. It's the first name in my contacts. Yeah.
So if you call A. Martini,
There you go.
that's Danny DeVito.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Let's look at your characters you play here. Very different characters here.
Really good jawline. And
No, that's not, yeah. But you were saying backstage how you have a lot in common because both of your characters' wardrobes are very hot.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you're head to toe in Kingsguard armor.
yeah, and
I'm
a dodgy
head
wig.
to toe in green leather.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just simultaneously...
Is it always so
just
hot just
melting.
acting?
Yeah, it's always... I mean, I had a nude scene in episode 2 and 3.
A nude scene?
I know, so I thought I'd walk it and I'd be like the perfect temperature for those scenes. But like during the shoot day, we went past our normal studio. We went to a different studio, Studio F, and it's like a fridge freezer. And yeah, and it was a shock to the system, a shock to the naked body. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope my mother is okay with it. It was crazy.
Do you ever wish that you could ride a dragon? Because do you? Because you? Yes, I do. Yeah. No, but I mean, you're on a horse.
Yes.
One of you has a dragon, one of you has a horse. A horse is cool.
Yeah, it's cool. The
dragon.
sad thing is that it's not. I actually don't ride a horse that much from a safety perspective. I don't know if that's a reflection on my riding abilities.
No, you do all the time.
Well, you'd think, but actually, what it is that I actually ride a bucking bronco on the back of a pickup truck from about the mid-1990s. And then I have to mime at like 5 miles an hour the truck goes, and I kind of mime like I'm...
Let you go and help her.
Like I'm
Does it have
riding-
a head on it?
Yeah, it's got a kind of head on it. I mean, I tell you, I don't look.
What?
It's not.
So every time I see you riding a horse, you're riding on a what?
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. So you're just hopping up and down? That's...
Yeah.
You're riding acting.
Yeah, and I look very. I try to look very serious, but I can't stop laughing because it's like it's going this fast, and you're going like. Yeah.
You actually brought us behind-the-scenes footage.
Yes, I actually did. My makeup artist on the show did. But so you're welcome from Harriet.
From Harriet, thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
This is you on a horse. Take a look at this.
Oh God.
You never look more serious in your life.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Is it the same when you're riding a dragon?
Oh, it's a lot different. Yeah, I'm suspended 30, 40 foot up in the air, and I'm pretending to look down on you, riding into battle.
You look very cool. You look very cool. Ewan looks very cool doing everything. It's really frustrating.
Oh, with my hair blowing in the wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do.
And his
look
eye
very cool.
patch, dude.
A lot of the work is done for me.
No. That's true.
We can't give any spoilers or say what's happening with the show, but everyone's been talking about the last episode that just came on. But I want to thank you for coming on the show, and we're going to show a clip. Here are Fabian Frankel and Ewan Mitchell in House of the Dragon. Take a look.
Where is His Grace?
Come on, that's how you do it. That's how you do it right there. Fabian Frankel, Ewan Mitchell, everybody.
The Empire State Building is nothing but a distraction.
Tonight she will never expect this from guests inside their own house. Num 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 num.
What are you doing?
We were just reminiscing over the good old times.
Having a great time preparing. Preparation. Tonight she will never expect this from guests inside their own house.